morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time y'all watching this, man. It's Marquis Walker, aka Cevere, aka Severely Yours, man. And I'm back with another hip hop review. This time I'm going back in the crates, going way back in the crates to visit FATBOYS, the FATBOYS album. You're going back to the 80s, y'all. You're going back to the 80s. And usually what I do on these Fridays, at least for this year. This year, I said it. This year, I'm only doing reviewing classic albums that I believe. I'm only reviewing albums that I believe are classic. All right, and I believe this Fat Boys album in 80 was it 87? No, 84. 1984. I believe this Fat Boys album in 1984 was a classic, and it's funny because it only has 7 songs, and according to popularity, more than 7 songs is an album. And the funny thing is, 7 songs you would think it's got to be short, almost 40 minutes, 39 minutes, man. So that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the Disco 3. We're gonna talk about how much fun they were, how much fun they you could tell they were having over these glorious sounds that these producers were giving them back then. But we do first. We got to shout out um, what came out new today, what came out new on Friday, at least which albums came out new on Friday. Now, what I want to do is, and you guys know, if you don't see your artist down below, or you are an artist, producer, and you did release something today, let me know what you released. Let us know what you released. Put it in the comments below. Let me know what came out today. I'm going to talk about some stuff that I know that came out today, that I listened to today, and I thought I should be bringing it to your ears for pleasing, listening pleasure. So the first one is number one is Olivia Rodrigo, and she put out an album called Guts. I reviewed her last album in 2021. Y'all go check that out on this channel. But Olivia Rodrigo, I'm a fan. I like this album too, Guts. I listened to it once, and I got to get back to it. I will be reviewing it. So shout out to Olivia Rodrigo. Number 2, D1, rapper, artist, D1, professor. I think he teaches in one of the schools in Boston, I believe. He teaches now. I know he's a teacher, professor. But D1 put out an album called Uno. It's called Uno. I listened to it once. I'm going to get back to it. Going to review this album as well. D1, solid album called Uno. I like it. I like what I'm hearing. Number 3 is Lord Ja Monty. It's called, and produces OGBON. Is it OG Bond, maybe? The Black Mobus. I'm not sure what that is. They'll have to clarify what it is. You know what I'm saying? Number 4 is Primo Rice. He's with another couple other rappers as well, but Primo Rice, look up Primo Rice, you'll find it. It's called The Forever Tape. Check it out. And the one album that I couldn't put down today, I could not put this album down, was 38 Special and Conway the Machine. Man, it's called Special Machinery. I already reviewed it. Go check it out. I'm going to link it at the end of the video, or just look it up, man. 38 Special, Conway, Special Machinery. They put out an album together. It sounds crazy, but they did. It's fire. Speaking of, two more great musicians, artists getting together. Number 6 is Apollo Brown and Planet Asia. They put out their second album. They got an album prior to this, and this one's called Sardines. Apollo Brown, Planet Asia, Sardines. I reviewed their first album. Y'all go check it out. Number 7 is Currency and his crew, Jet Life. You got a crew called Jet Life. They got together, Currency and Jet Life, and it's called Season Opener, man. So y'all go check out those. And like I said, if y'all don't see your artist in the scrolling below, let me know in the comments below. Let me know who came out, who's dope out there, who's should I be listening to, should I be reviewing out there. Let me know. Toast to everybody that came out and putting quality music in hip hop. Toast to hip hop 50th all day, man. 50 more years. I want to shout out, I'm excited that I follow EYL, Earn Your Leisure, and I finally got my T-shirt, Assets Over Liabilities. Just in case y'all want to know if it's real, you got the Earn Your Leisure thing right there, and you got the thing in the back. You know what I'm saying? Stitched in the back. So I want people like, yo, you got the fake shirt. Like, nah. I went and bought it. So go support. And speaking of supporting people of that caliber, go support my clothing line. I have a clothing line myself. Me and my daughter go support. Look in the description. You'll see the clothing lines. And then also I have 2 books. I have 3 books, actually. I have 3 books on ebook. And if you're a physical reader, you like to touch the pages like I do, I got 2 solid books. First one, Cevere's Chronicles Volume 1. It got a couple of MCs in there that you're probably familiar with. Some of your favorite MCs are in there. Check it out. True Vine Publishing, Black publishing company. I came out with the second book because of the Hip Hop 50th. So Cevere's Chronicles Volume 2 is Cevere's Classic. So y'all go check that one out too. And if you buy both of them, you will get a deal. You'll get a deal. Go to True Vine Publishing or click the links in the bio. Click the links in the description. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. All right, so that was the Friday releases. Let me introduce the show once again. THHC Podcast, episode 157. FATBOYS Review. Now, like I said, I got the hat to the side because I'm trying to go back to the 80s, man. So going back to the 80s with the hat to the back, go to the side, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about this joint and get into what you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a great project, you know, for the 80s. They were a popular group. You know, they were actors, man, rappers, singers. They made, you know, they produced instruments with their moms, man. They did it all, man. They breakdancing, graffiti, they did it all. They did all the elements of hip hop back then, and they were a force to be reckoned with. So let's get into it, man. It's introduce the show one more time. This is the THHC Podcast, episode 157, FATBOYS Review. Let's talk about it. I'll put the songs below, and then we can get right into it. Actually, I'm going to have these scrolling. So let me have them scrolling across the screen instead of just having it printed. So, all right, let's go. Let's print that up. All right. So we got the tracks scrolling below. Do y'all remember this album? Are you old enough to remember this album? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to tell your age in the comments? You're like, I ain't got to tell my age, man. Let's talk about it, man. FATBOYS, they were called the Disco 3 at one time. Disco 3 was their first name, actually. And I can't remember who changed their name, but they changed the name to the FATBOYS and had that persona of, you know, eating, talking about food. So they kind of had a gimmick in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? They had a gimmick. So y'all talk about it. Y'all let me know y'all famous or glorious memories of the FATBOYS, man. This album came out. Actually, hold on. Before we get into it, like I said, I'm from Boston, Cevere, aka Marquis, aka Cincerely Yours. Y'all follow me on social media. We going to Brooklyn. We're going to Brooklyn to go visit one individual and 2 spirits, man, because 2 of this legendary group members, they have passed away. They have left us. So rest in paradise to, you know, Prince Marquis D and Buff Love. So let's get into it, man. So we'll talk about that a little bit, man. So they, you know, there's only one of them alive currently. And shout out to him. He's looking good too, man. He's got built. He ain't fat no more. He look like he's in shape, man. So let's talk about it. FATBOYS. The album's called FATBOYS, and it came out May 29th, 1984. We going back in the crates, man. I'm telling y'all, it's about 39 minutes straight 39 minutes, nothing, no seconds over, 39 minutes flat. So the producers, I want to talk about the producers real quick. The producers was Curtis Blow and Larry Smith. The executive producers were, you know, Charles Stetler and Art Cass. Now, Charles Stetler was also their manager. So, and again, before I start this review, I want to say rest in paradise to Prince Marquis D, aka Mark Morales, and I want to say rest in paradise Buff Love, aka Darren Robinson. So let's talk about um, the love we still have for them. We miss you guys. We miss you guys, and that's actually the two down this way. You know, Prince Marquis D is the light skinned one, and Buff is the one with the glasses with the diamonds. They probably fake diamonds. Say there's real diamonds out of Buff. He's rich, man. But let's get into it, man. The first joint is Jailhouse Rap, produced by Curtis Blow. This is classic rap in its high form, period, right? This is an 8-minute track. A lot of songs back then were longer than, of course, now. Now we can barely get a minute and a half song from these rappers, right? And these artists, basically. I'm surprised that, when they come out for full albums that longer than 30 minutes, some are, some aren't. But man, this is 7 songs and it's like 40 minutes. So imagine like nowadays, people got 7 songs and it's like it might be 15 minutes, barely, So let's talk about Jailhouse Rap. This is an 8-minute track. The human beatbox, straight up, just a human beatbox. Buff, man, was the man. So let's talk about it. Very energetic opening and classic beatboxing. Period. He was a classic beatbox. One of the original beatboxers. One of the ones that took it to a whole nother level. Buff took it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So the FATBOYS stories about being a foodie and actually doing time is hilarious. So you look at the video. A lot of these songs, they got videos too, so you can still go watch them on YouTube. So Jailhouse Rap, check it out. Go check out their movie. They had a movie called Delirious, right? Yeah, I think it was a movie named called Delirious. They had 2 movies, Delirious and the other one. There's another one I can't recall. Y'all let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's just a hilarious concept. They love to eat. It's all about food. They go to jail because they can't stop themselves from eating. They're breaking into like Pizza Hut, McDonald's, and places like that. So they go to jail. In jail because we fail. In jail. This is about joint, man. It's just it's catchy. It's hilarious. It's dope. It's classic. Let's bow down to Curtis Blow for production. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot in Boston, man. Boston been having a lot of hot days, a lot of 90 plus days. I'm not complaining though. Cheers to the FATBOYS. Cheers to 50th year of hip hop, man. Cheers to Curtis Blow. Curtis Blow is a big part of this album and a big part of creating their sound. Let's talk about Stick 'em, Stick 'em, Stick 'em, Stick 'em. Let's talk about number 2, Stick 'em, produced by Curtis Blow. This was all about Buffy's beatboxing skills. The other FATBOYS rap though, but the star was, of course, Buffy, the beatboxer, man. I can rap all these lyrics in my sleep. Stick 'em, stick 'em. Just if you're from that era, you remember all the ad libs or whatever, all the sound effects they did and made, and you can probably karaoke this whole album. I know I can karaoke this whole album. Let me know your favorite songs on this album, FATBOYS. All right, let's go to number 3. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yo, this is one of my favorite jams too, produced by Curtis Blow. A laid back melodic track. This is a laid back melodic track, and my nose is starting to run on. Why? Starting to, all of a sudden, as soon as I want to go on live, I do the Red Man, leave it in my nose. Red Man, shout out to Red Man. He used to put tissue in his nose, just leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of old school. All right, number 3. Can you feel it? I can't do it all. I can't do it with this, what I'm saying? So this produced by Curtis Blow, a laid back melodic track, explores themes of love and connection. I feel every bit of what the group brought to the table. The music was just important as the rap. So, the music itself, you can probably just play the instrumentals and just be cruising in the whip. And you probably can quote the rap. You probably know when the ha-ha-has come in and who's and all the ad libs, right? It's that much of a classic project, that much of a classic album from back in the day. They were original, they were fly, they were funny, they were fun, they were entertaining. They had bars, they had lyrics for that era. So it was dope. Number 4, FATBOYS, uh, leading track, produced by Kurtis Blow. Now this song celebrates the group's identity, size, and confidence, uh, incorporating humorous lyrics and showcasing their ability to rock the mic. So this was a good one that they went around and showed and proved what they had and what they brought to the table. The rappers came to spit, and that's what they did, man. So about number 5, The Place to Be. The Place to Be. We used to say that a lot back in the day. In the place to be. The place to be. You know, what was the place to be for you? In the place to be, right? Produced by Kurtis Blow, an upbeat party anthem that highlights the group's ability to get the crowd moving. So they had some dance records. This was like more of a dance record, more of a fun record. They had a moving and shaking and having a good time on the dance floor. So this is one of those records that you could play and you can get your groove on, man. So shout out to dance records as well. Back in the day, a lot of the industry itself, I'm just say the industry. I don't know who started it, but they made these rappers try to do a club record. You know, maybe because hip hop kind of came from disco and African music and a lot of other music genres, but you know, it kind of flipped from disco too. Like disco was hot at the time when hip hop and rap started. So maybe they was like, get this group, get this song in the club, and they had to put some type of upbeat party record. So number 5, I want to say In the Place to Be, but it's the place to be. So shout out to that record as well. Let's go to number 6. Human Beatbox, man. It's produced by Kurtis Blow. Another showcase of Buff Love, aka the Human Beatbox. Exceptional beatboxing skills, creative, various sounds and rhythms with only his mouth, man. Just only his mouthpiece, man. His mouthpiece was an instrument. Everyone tried to beatbox. Who didn't try to beatbox? I tried to beatbox. I know you tried to beatbox. People still try to beatbox to this day. People still try to beatbox, right? Like everybody does. I'm pretty sure everybody in the world has tried to beatbox. Old, young, different cultures. It doesn't matter, man. Like, subscribe, and notification bell, man. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the FATBOYS. Let me know what you think about this album. Do you think it's a classic album? If I do not have a guest on the show on a Friday, I will be breaking down classic albums all year of 2023. So 2023, if classic albums only. If I don't have a guest, I will be breaking down classic albums that I believe are classic only. Let me know what albums you believe are classic in the comments. Let me know if this album's classic, first of all, FATBOYS, but let me know what any genre of music classic. Let me know. Get in touch with me on social media. Let's get back into the album. Number 7, last track, Don't You Dog Me. One of my favorite tracks. Don't You Dog Me. Don't You Dog Me. Yo, this is my joint. Also produced by Kurtis Blow. Shout out to Kurtis Blow, man. Yo, salute, man. This track addresses loyalty and betrayal. The FATBOYS didn't like to get played. Who likes to get played? Back in the day, they didn't like to get played, man. Upbeat, dope track that sounds and stands out based off the total package of the record, the music, the sound effects, everything, man. So don't you dog them and don't you dog me, man. Don't you dog me. Don't you dog nobody, man. Just be, man. Practice more love than hate, man. Y'all know the drill. 1984, Sultra Records. FATBOYS, man. This is a classic album. I believe it's a classic album. I want to know if you guys think it's a classic album. If you do not, let me know why. But I believe it's a classic album. It's just it's timeless. I can play it. You can play it and say, okay, this is from the 80s, but it's catchy. It's still welcoming to your ears, to your soul. It still gives me hip hop goosebumps and lights my arm up. This is my hip hop arm. Most of the elements are on there, not all of them. But you know what I mean? So this is what it's supposed to be. This is where it's supposed to, where it came from. This is where pure hip hop. This is pure hip hop. You got pretty much all the elements. When you hear this album, you can picture somebody spray painting. You could picture somebody breakdancing. You could picture all the elements, the beatboxing. You hear the beatboxing, right? the DJ scratching and stuff like that, man. This is just a beautiful project. Shout out to the Disco 3, aka the FATBOYS, man. We're coming back from Brooklyn, be back in Boston. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, shout out to Curtis, everybody that's part of this album, Charles Stetler, Art Cast, and many more, right? And again, I don't know how many times I gotta say this. Rest in paradise to Prince Marquis D, aka Mark Morales, Buff Love, man, aka Darren Robinson, man. Beautiful souls. You could tell they were beautiful people. I've heard nothing but the best, great stories from them. And whoever knew them and interacted with the FATBOYS, they always said they were fun, they were cool to hang with, cool to talk to, bug out with. They were good on tour. So again, man, a toast to everybody that has something to do with this album. A toast to all the great spirits that have, that's surrounding us and watching this, man. And rest in paradise to everyone we've lost in the hip hop community, the rap community, and the ones we will. So, toast. Is this a classic album? Let me know. This is gonna be a short and sweet. It's like the wine I'm sipping. Short and sweet review, and I want to know: is this a classic album? Plain and simple. It made the notebook. Next week, I might be doing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be interviewing a guest or I'm gonna keep it in the surprise category. So I might have a guest, I might not. Now, if I don't have a guest, I will do another classic album that I believe is classic, probably mostly in the hip hop genre. But that doesn't stop me from surprising you guys with another genre of music and a classic album that I believe is a classic album, period. So y'all let me know. Get in touch with me via Instagram, Threads, Facebook. Look me up. You can find me. Support the gear. Not this gear. I got gear. I got merch in the description. And so you guys, but support. I support other platforms. Shout out to EYL, Earn Your Leisure, Assets Over Liabilities. Let's make money. Let's get passive income. Let's get property. Let's get real estate. Let's get land. Let's get a business. Let's make passive income. Let's tackle the stock market. Let's talk about REITs. Let's get into this stuff, man. Let's talk about it, man. And let's talk about financial literacy. Let's talk about building wealth in your family, man. Straight up. So I'm getting out of the FATBOYS. The FATBOYS are back. No, they'll never be whack. Yeah, well, FATBOYS are dope, man. Let me know your favorite FATBOYS albums. Let me know what you think about this album. Again, is this a classic album? That's the question. And I'm going to leave y'all with that, man. All right. So I don't know if I'm going to have a guest next week, but if I do, they're very welcome to be on the show, or I might be breaking down another album that I believe is classic. So join me, man. Join me. All right, man. I'm getting out of here, man. This is Marquis Walker, aka Cevere, aka Cincerely Yours. And remember, assets over liabilities. Support EYL, support Ian and all those guys over there, man. Get money. Find your passion and get money, man. This is Marquis, man. Practice love over hate, and of course, you get another breath, another chance to wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and bless yourself with some kind, positive words, and then do the same thing to the circle around you, man. All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. Peace out, man. One love. Oh, got one comment. Let me get out before I get out. I was just about to get out of here. Hollywood 210 says it's a classic. You got two classes. I believe it's a classic, and we got Hollywood 210 saying it's a classic as well. Everybody else, put your answer in the comments. And if it's not a classic, let me know why. Let me know why. This is a great project. Old school FATBOYS, man. Let's get into it, man. I'm getting out of here again. Practice more love than hate. I will see y'all on the flip side. I'll see y'all next Friday. Every Friday, pretty much every Friday, I do this live. That's why you can catch the mistakes, hear me fumble over words. And that's why I love doing it with guests, because they be like, it's live. I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. But we getting out of here, man. Marquis, aka Cevere, aka Cincerely Yours, the FATBOYS, man. Let's go. I'm about to beatbox up. I don't know. I'm about to beatbox, I'm about to break dance, I'm about to do all type of stuff, man. DJ, man. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like being back in the 80s, man. Shout out to the 80s hip hop 50th. Salute. One love, y'all.